friends, my name is Dr. Jyoti Prakash, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, School of Management Sciences, Lucknow. So, in the series of video lecture of marketing of services, our next topic is demand and capacity management, and it is the last topic of unit 2. So, we are basically familiar with these two words, obviously demand and the capacity. Demand, as you have studied in economics and in marketing, and capacity simply means the resources. So, just start today's class. So, what do you mean by demand? What is demand? Demand, for defining the demand, there are basically three elements involved in that, and there are three elements must be present while you are going to define demand element. So, what are those three elements? Willingness to buy, willingness to pay, and ability to pay. If these three elements are available, then it is that means it is demand. So, willingness to pay, suppose if you want to purchase a product and you are willing to purchase, you are willing to pay, and your pocket is also supporting that, you just pay the price of that particular product. That is all about demand. Means if simply if you are willing to buy, willing to pay, but your pocket is not supporting, means you are not willing to pay a single penny for purchasing that product, it is not demand. In fact, that is all about the desire that you want to wish that these products must be available or must be purchased by you. So, if we are defining the term demand, so a service demand is generated where there is a desire, there is affordability, means your purchasing power capacity and willingness to purchase it, and there is also interest factor involved in that while you are going to purchase a product. So, that is all about demand. So, in economic term we can define the demand is all about the amount of a particular product or service that a consumer or a group of consumers basically want to purchase at a given price. And if we talk about capacity, capacity simply means the resources that the organization use in order to fulfill, in order to meet out the timely demand which has arisen in the market. The resources like the labor force, means the employees, the human resources, the space, the raw material, and the availability of inventory. So, these are basically the capacity, these are the resources that you will somehow utilize in meeting out the demand and fulfilling the demand which may arise at any time, and there are also some different types of demand situation. So, you have to basically manage, or you have to utilize or these resources or your capacity in such a manner, so that whichever type of demand arises in the market, that can be fulfilled with the help of or with the available resources that the organization has. And one more thing that should be taken care of by the student of marketing, that capacity is usually constant, means the organization is having whatever the type of resources that is basically limited in number. So, being one organization, you have to take care that, and demand is what? Demand is day by day go on increasing. So, go on increasing, decreasing, or there are certain fluctuations in a particular in a demand of a particular product or service. So, being a service provider or being a marketer, you have to basically take care of this capacity or the resources aspect, because you as a marketer, you as a service provider has limited resources or limited capacity. So, while fulfilling the demand, you should be very careful in meeting out that demand in timely manner, because you are very much aware about the fact that if the timely demand of the customer is not met out with the services or the product that you are offering to them, then all your efforts will go in vain, because we as customers have different options or have different alternatives of product and services if there is no availability of our required product. So, we as customers switch our preferences to another product or service. So, being a marketer, it is a crucial aspect from your side that you should be take care of this capacity or the resources constant. So, this particular for that purpose, this particular topic or element has been added in this particular subject, that whatever the type of demand prevailing in the market, being a service provider, you should take care of your resources aspect. Means that level of demand must be met out with the resources that you have. So, as I told that there are different demand situations and demand conditions prevailing in the market. So, these are basically the demand patterns which are found in the market and varies from time to time. So, the first demand is what? The excess demand. The name itself refers that demand is basically beyond the capacity, and in this situation basically the organization is unable to meet out the demand because the supply is less, but the demand is higher. So, somehow the organization is unable to meet out or utilize the resources in order to meet out that demand. So, this particular situation is what? Excess demand. And the second one is demand exceeds optimum capacity. Whatever the resources and whatever the capacity that the organization has, that capacity is basically utilized by the organization up to a optimum level in order to meet out the demand. So, sometimes basically whatever the like the resources like human resources are being pushed up in order to meet out that excess demand, and the machinery that are used by you or that are basically operated by you, that is utilized by you at a optimum level. So, sometimes if the demand is exceeding the resources and the capacity that you are using, that you have, that can be used at a optimum level. Next, demand and supply are balanced at the level of optimum capacity. Means here this is the situation of a this can be a balanced situation where the organization is able to meet out the demand situation which are prevailing in the market by using the capacity, by using the resources that the organization has. Means there is a optimum level, the demand is also meet out with the supply or with the requirement or with the expectation of the with the services which can fulfill the expectation of the customers. And the next one is excess capacity. Excess capacity simply means demand is below the optimum capacity. Means you have enough resources, but as per the resources that you are investing, that you are incurring cost for availing or for using that capacity or that resources, you are not getting order or you are not getting demand getting demanded from the customers. So, somehow it is a condition of excess capacity. Means demand is below the optimum capacity, productive resources in the form of labor, equipment, facilities are underutilized. Obviously, as I said earlier that whatever the resources that the organization has, that has not been utilized by the organization in an optimum way, means they are being they are just underutilized, they are just lying idle and they are not meeting out basically the demand is basically low in the market. So, what how can a service provider will utilize that the resources that they have. So, these are basically the different demand patterns prevailing in the market, and as per that you have to take different strategy in order to meet out the different demand situation. So, one more thing that should be understood by us, that is capacity constant. Obviously, these are the resources, the major resources that will be utilized in providing the services, like time. If you are not providing the services within a time frame, within the promised time frame, your all of efforts will go in vain. So, time can be proved as one of the constant. Labor, obviously the human resources or the manpower that the organization has, they are not having that much of efficiency and that much of expertise for understanding the expectation of the customers as well as the delivery of the customer. So, somehow it can also be treated like one of the constant, because if you are not having that much of human resource in your organization or associated with you, so somehow you are having a capacity constant, you have a resource constant which result in basically unfulfillment of the expectation and the demand of the customer. Next is equipment, the required equipment and the machinery that you are not having with yourself in order to meet out the demand, timely demand of the customer, and in order to meet out the expectation of the customer. So, it also acts like a constraint. And the facilities, because in services one of the important element is what, the process, and the facilities that you are providing to the customers in order to give an ease for availing that particular service. And if you are not providing that facility and you have not developed, you have not framed out your process in a very smoother manner, so somehow the customer feel difficulty in accessing you, in availing your service. So facility and the facility that you are providing, you are not providing to the customer, it also acts like a constant for you, which somehow result in unfulfillment of demand. So these are 4 types of basically capacity constraint that the organization has. So if there are different demand situations and there are also capacity constraint that organization has. So there must be a balance, there must be a management between a demand and the capacity element, means whatever the demand situation, the capacity resources, the capacity or the resources must be utilized in order to manage, in order to fulfill that demand. So firms can manage the demand and capacity by the following, obviously by working on by managing the demand aspect or by managing the capacity. So demand management and capacity management. Under demand management there are basically 2 ways which can be adopted by the service provider in order to fulfill or in order to manage the demand aspect, like shifting demand to match capacity, and the second one is increasing demand to the level of optimum capacity. The second one is what, capacity management. There are obviously there are also 2 ways for managing the capacity or the resources aspect for a service provider, that flexing capacity when demand is high and flexing capacity when demand is low. These are basically different demand situation, and these are 2 management under which there are 2 strategies which can be adopted by the service provider in order to make a balance between the demand and the capacity aspect, in order to manage these 2 elements or in order to make a balance between these 2 elements. So we will have a discussion one by one. So the first one is what, demand management. The first strategy or the first way is what, shifting demand to match capacity, means you have the resources, you have the capacity. So how you will shift demand, how you will manage the demand in order to match up the resources, in order to match up the capacity that you have with your in your organization. So what are those strategies? The first one is identify peak periods and communicate it to the customer. The like being a service provider, you just understand, you just try to analyze which is the most peak period where the customer is coming more, where the customer footfalls is more. So on that time you just communicate the offers or the benefits or the available services to the customer. So accordingly you can influence them to increase the demand or demand your product, and somehow by doing so you can utilize your capacity. The second one is offer incentives during low demand. If you are a service provider, you are analyzing your the customer footfalls time to time. So you are also able to identify that low demand period. So at that time period you just offer incentives to the customer, so that somehow you can utilize your resources in order to increase that low demand that has arisen at that particular time. So it is also one of the strategy that you can adopt. The third one is recognize regular customer and serve them first. Why it is so important? Because customer creation is basically can be a simple task, but in order to retain them, the means retention of customer is basically a big deal or a difficult task. So being a service provider or being a marketer, firstly you have to work on your loyal customer, your regular customer, and so that you can utilize whatever the capacity and resources that you are utilizing, you keep on utilizing and serve them first. So accordingly you just maintain them, maintain their activities in repeating their behavior towards the towards your store or towards your service organization. So it is one of the strategy for shifting demand in order to match up the capacity or match up the resources. And next, schedule service segment wise. being a service provider, basically you have to just make a schedule of, because as a service provider you are targeting different segment for availing the services. So, firstly you have to make a schedule of different time period, so that accordingly at different time period you can utilize your resources in order to meet out the demand. So, these are basically the 4 types of strategy which can be used by the service provider or by the marketer in order to match up the demand with the available resources in the firm. Means whatever the resources that the firm has, by adopting these type of strategy you can somehow manage the demand or able to fulfill the demand by utilizing or by using your capacity or the resources. The next one is the next way is increasing demand to the level of optimum capacity. Means whatever the capacity that you have, those capacities or those resources can be utilized or may be utilized at the optimum level. The first one is aggressive promotion of services. Obviously, you have to offer different promotional schemes to your customer from time to time, so that the demand can be increased at optimum level. And if you are giving promotion, different promotional scheme to the customers, so somehow you are also utilizing the resources that you have, means the manpower that you are having in your organization. You are utilizing their skills in interacting with the customers. The resources, the financial resources that you have, you are giving or investing in the form of incentives or in the form of benefits, additional benefits to the customer. So, somehow you are utilizing your resources at the optimum level, and by doing so you are trying to increase the demand level for your service organization. Next, search and enter new segment. Obviously, how the demand can be increased by searching and by adding new or different segment. In the previous classes I have explained about the how service development strategies can be adopted and what does it mean, market development strategies, what does it mean. I have explained in the previous classes of in fact in the new service development process I have explained the strategies. So, suppose I have given one example, like if a firm which is providing the facilities of saloon which is for men, but for adding one more segment, now that saloon has been converted into unisex, means male and female both can go to that particular saloon for taking or the facilities of basically hair cutting and the massaging and the spas facility. So, earlier the service firm is capturing one particular segment, that is male, but the service organization has also added one more segment, means now male and female both are coming to that service organization. So, somehow that service firm is utilizing the resources, means the infrastructure is same, the chairs and the mirrors and the scissors, comb, these are the same, but earlier one segment is coming, but another segment has also been added, means the demand has also tried to be increased, and the service firm has tried to utilize the resources up to a optimum level. So, the second one is search and enter new segment. Next is offer price incentives. Obviously, in order to increase the demand, you have to, being a service provider, you have to work on the incentives in the form of price, means you can now lower down the price, you can give certain percentage of discount and buy one get one, means there can be certain types of benefits that you have studied in your previous semester in the marketing management. In fact, those can be offered in order to increase the demand. Next, schedule service as per customer convenience. Obviously, sometimes a customer drop his or her decision because the time does not matches as per the availability of the store. So, being a service provider, you just schedule the service as per the customer convenience, because we are seeing that the online stores and the e-retailings are day by day widely accepting by the customers. What is the reason behind that? Because it can be products and services can be available at our convenience. Being a service provider, if you want to increase the demand, you have to schedule the services as per the customer convenience. provide customer convenience better than competitors. Obviously, if you are obviously giving the convenience factor to the customers, but you have to take care of the competitor strategy too, what they are offering, what they are giving benefits, what benefits they are giving to the customer. So, you have to keep a pace with your competitors too. So, while providing customer convenience to the customers, you have to take the, or you have to basically keep an eye on the strategies of the competitors. Whatever they are doing, you have to follow the same either, or you have to just try to be better from there, so that you are able to match up the demand and increase the demand. Focus on word of mouth. If some customers are giving a positive feedback, you must appreciate their behavior, you must give them certain benefits, so that they just spread out more more and more which somehow result in adding more and more customers to your service organization. So, being a service firm, you have to focus on word of mouth. If they are spreading the positive word of mouth, that will help out in adding more and more customers, which somehow help in utilizing your capacity or the resources at the optimum level, which result in increased demand in fact. Next, position service offer differently during slow periods, means the demand is low, so you have to and you have to utilize your capacity. So, the capacity that you are utilizing, that should be basically offered in a differently manner. Suppose you just offer them at low price, you just offer them by giving certain benefits and some offers to them, so that if the customers are not demanding, by getting attracted towards those offers that you are giving during low demand period, you somehow try to increase you are trying to increase the demand of the customers at that low demand period. And the next one is bundle services. Bundle services is what, suppose you are providing one type of service to the customers, but you can also provide the main service along with the ancillary services with that particular. Suppose ki, if you are providing MBA program, suppose a college is providing a MBA program, simultaneously that college is also giving them certification courses or personality development program. So, if a MBA student is going to a service firm or going to a particular college which is offering a bundle of services to the students, and the students obviously can take decision regarding taking admission, because they see that this particular college is offering them bundle of services, like obviously the MBA program, the curriculum of MBA program, the personality development classes, the aptitude classes, and some certification courses are also there, which somehow help them out in getting a good placement or getting a good job. So, these are the strategies which somehow can be adopted by the service organization in order to utilize the resources, utilize the capacity at a optimum level in order to increase the demand. Now, the next one is what? The capacity management, means the resources management. Capacity management when the demand is high. When the demand of your service is high, then how you will manage your resources, how you will manage your capacity. So, these are basically the some of the strategies that can be adopted by you, like the add physical infrastructure. When the demand is high, you can add on in the overall space some other infrastructure. So, can you now offer some different types of offerings to the customers. Increasing working hours of employees. Obviously, if the demand is high, suppose we see on the festival of Dhanteras, all the jewelry shops are basically operating at a late night, at 2-3 am at night in fact. And how it is possible, because of the demand of the jewelries on that particular occasion is very high. So, at that time the employees are basically asked to work for a longer hour or longer time, longer duration, in order to meet out that particular demand. So, increase working hours of employees, cross train employees. Some of the employees are not efficient or capable enough in order to perform other duties. So, you have to train your employees so that they can also perform other duties or other responsibilities, other tasks in order to meet out the high demand. And you can also hire some of the temporary workers from the outsiders, so that at a temporary basis you can meet out the level of demand or the high demand that has arisen in the market. Rent or share facilities, if you are if you see that the demand is high, so you can somehow rent or you just share the facilities of other firms in order to meet out the demand which has arisen in the market. Rent or share equipment, obviously the resource, because the resources is limited and your demand is your services is being demanded in a higher manner. So, you can rent out and take help from other firms in form of facilities, in the form of equipment, and just outsource support services. There are certain support services which may be used or utilized by the service firm in order to meet out the high demand. So, these are basically the different strategies that you can adopt while your service is being demanded or your service demand is very high, because in the first slide I have told you that demand is basically fluctuating, demand fluctuates, but the capacity is constant. So, you have the constant of resources. So, you have to utilize, you have to take different types of strategy in order to meet out the higher demand that has arisen. The next one is flexing capacity when demand is low. Demand is low and you have the resources, then in that case what you will do. So, these are the strategies through which you can somehow manage your capacity or the resources aspect, like performance, maintenance and renovation. Whatever the human resources that we have, we can utilize them in performing some maintenance and renovation activity of the organization. So, somehow they can be utilized in doing some other work or some work which has some sense, so that organization can give them money and remuneration for doing that that particular activity. Schedule vacation, we can give vacation, we can introduce a vacation to our employees, so that they can feel they can give a feel of motivation or a sense of belongingness to them. So, they will be motivated and they just contribute their efforts in achieving the organization objective. Schedule employee training, when the demand is low, you can basically schedule out some training program to your employees, so that you can utilize this particular time period or this particular situation in a very smart manner, because at that time employees are free, in fact, because the demand is low, and you can also impart some training program which result in what, in enhancing their skills and capacity, and that will help the organization in achieving the objective of the organization. Next, layoff employees, obviously you can do it, like when the demand is low, you can somehow reduces the number of the employees or the manpower that you have, and by doing so you can manage the demand and capacity management and give space. Suppose if the demand is low, like in the earlier slide we have seen that if the demand is high, we can just rent and share the facilities and the space of other firms, but in this condition the demand is basically the low. So, we can give our space and equipments on rent to someone, to some other organization. So, they just give money, and the resources that the organization has, that can also be utilized in an effective manner. So, by doing or by adopting these type of strategies, capacity or resources can also be managed in this manner too. So, this is that is all in this particular topic, and if you want to get more information, just go through these two books of service marketing. You will get maybe it will get a wider understanding, give you a wider understanding of that particular content. I hope you will like this particular video. Thank you, class.